I'm going to show you how to make these roasted vegetables. It's carrots, parsnips, a couple kinds of potatoes and onion, and some herbs. It smells wonderful. It tastes delicious. It's easy to make, and it bakes up in 30 minutes. Start out by preheating your oven to 450 degrees and get out your ickiest pan. The largest pan you have that's just icky, because it's going to get even more icky. Get out one of your largest bowls and your cutting board and a large knife, and I'll show you what I have in here. I have red potatoes that I've cut about this big. I think right now I only have one medium-sized potato. I have one medium-sized sweet potato, skin on both of these. Then I have 4 medium-sized carrots cut not too small, because these will cook up fast if they're too small and they'll get too brown. And then I also have 2 parsnips. Now a parsnip, when you buy it, it looks like a white oddball carrot. And I'm kind of torn between peeling it or not peeling it. I always peel my carrots. So this time I have one parsnip that's peeled and one that's not. One was just simply scrubbed. And then the last thing I have in here, I haven't tossed this yet, is 1 onion, and the onion is cut into wedges. And then, excuse me, it's just a yellow onion cut into wedges, and then the wedges have fallen apart. And now I'm getting ready to put in some olive oil, salt, pepper, and thyme. Now this is one of those recipes that I don't do a whole lot of measuring. So I have olive oil here in a bottle, and I'm just going to sprinkle some on. I don't know how much I'm putting in here. Maybe 1/8 of a cup to 1/4 cup. The thing is, you want it to get coated in the olive oil, but you don't want it oozing with olive oil, because if you do that with that hot 450 degree oven, too much oil will create smoke, and it's just not going to be nice. Okay, then I'm going to sprinkle on salt, pepper, and dried thyme. So I'm using Celtic sea salt, and I'm just shaking a bunch on. And normally I would use a pepper grinder, but it would take too long. So I'm just using pepper in a large container that's already ground up, because I like the pepper in this, and I'm going to toss it. You won't believe how nice your house smells while this is cooking. It's just so delicious. And then last, I'm going to sprinkle on some dried thyme leaves. And I can see I'm going to be low. I think this is the last of my thyme leaves. Yes it is. So, luckily I had enough. I'll give it one more stir, and then I'm going to spread it in the pan. Once you put the vegetables on your pan, you want to spread them out, because as much as possible, you want, well, as many vegetables to be touching the pan as possible, because that's what will get them nice and brown. And I'm going to bake them for 30 minutes. But every 10 minutes or so, I'm going to open the oven and pull them out and push them around with a spoon or with a spatula, just so they get flipped around a bit. I'll show you that next. All right, so I've gone 10 minutes, and I'm just going to give these a little stir. The thing is, you want to make sure that they don't flip off your spoon and flip off the pan and go to the bottom of the oven. That's like the worst thing at 450 degrees. So just, doesn't have to be a whole flipping them over, just a stir, put them back in the oven, and another 10 minutes and I'll stir them again. All right, the vegetables are done. They smell delicious. I didn't have too much oil in here, so that's good. And because I turn them every 10 minutes for the 30-minute total, so 2 times in between, the onions aren't stuck. So if you don't turn them at all, your onions are going to be too dried out and too stuck to the pan. So every 10 minutes, set a second timer to turn them. They smell wonderful, and they are delicious. Whatever you don't eat, put into a container like a Tupperware container and seal it. You can put it in the refrigerator and take it out. I reheat them without adding any more oil, just putting them on a dry, smaller cooking sheet like this, and then I'll heat them at maybe 350 to reheat for about 20 minutes.